Another 30% to the downside on Tesla. Is it possible? If you ask JP Morgan, super possible. Google with an AI news after hours. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your daily market recap for April 3rd. So like, subscribe, and let's see the charts. We'll start with the SPY, of course. As we can see, the 521 area from support, resistance. Look at this. SPY went all the way to the 521, closed Tuesday's gap and just went down. Now the yellow zone needs to hold. We're still inside a long-term uptrend channel. Below the area of the 516, we will retest the lower border of the yellow zone and then back down to the 512 and 508. We still have a gap over here at the 498. Zoom in to inside the 65 minutes candles. This is how we open the day. Bullish to the upside, sideways move, bulls gave up, and then we ended the day inside the yellow zone. Look at this, weak to the downside towards the 518. And if you are a member in our Discord channel, Fibonacci Traders Discord, we took SPY short. Once we identified we have a double top scenario on the 15 minutes. This is why we always say zoom in, zoom out, and then you will become a better trader. You will see things you never saw before. We took this short. Pretty good day, Fibonacci Traders Discord. So make sure you join us and start seeing results almost immediately. QQQ. Another day inside the yellow zone. Bulls are struggling to hold inside the yellow zone. Still inside this uptrend channel. Bullish on all time frames. Still bullish on all time frames. So don't look to go short. Don't look for this SQQQ and all these 3x ETFs to the downside. We are still bullish on Qs on all time frames. Dow Jones continued to move sideways inside the yellow zone. We have this gap open to the upside, but this double top scenario is getting validated each and every day that goes by. Below the 391, we will see 389 and then 386 to the downside at the Dow Jones. IWM with 0.66 to the upside. Let's clean the chart a little bit so we will have a better point of view of price action. And as you can see, this yellow zone, we drew it yesterday or the day before it, and look at this. Price touched and bounced the yellow from the yellow trend line, same as it did here, same as it did here, same as it did here, and now once again here we still have this gap, Tuesday's gap, that needs to get filled. As long as IWM is above this yellow zone, this yellow trend line, we're good to go. Let's wait to see first another day above the 207, and then this gap will get filled, and then we're good to go long on IWM. Bitcoin, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos and you won't miss every day live 8:29. We're going live together. Chart request, anything that you want to ask, Q&A, 8:29 Eastern time. So make sure you hit that subscribe and then notification bell. Bitcoin struggles with the yellow zone. As you can see, yellow zone from support, resistance. Now with another doji. Let's see if this 65 area can hold. Otherwise, 63, below 63. You know it. We've been talking about this double top scenario on the Bitcoin in the past few days. Below 63, embrace yourself. This yellow zone at the 52 and the 50K is incoming. Ethereum, same goes for Ethereum, same as the Bitcoin, bearish on all time frames. All you need to do is put the FTI in your chart and you have the best technical analysts all the time with you, hand by hand, all the time on all time frames and everything that you want to trade. Just one click away and you have everything. We have bearish sentiment on all time frames. Now the 32 is holding a support. Look at this. Below it, we will see 30.74, 29, below the 29, below the 30.70 in my opinion, the same price action we saw over here to the upside, we will get to the downside, back to the 24 and 22 to the downside. Trade what you see, trade what the FTI helps you to see, trade what the market is telling you. Ethereum with lower highs, lower lows. Bitcoin, what do we have? Lower highs, lower lows. So trade what you see. Don't trade what you want to see or what you think you see or what you want to happen. Look at the Magnificent Seven. Struggling to get back inside this uptrend channel. We are still bullish on all time frames, which is a pretty good sign for bulls. Not so much for bears. Do not fight the trend, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we also have this small table here. Small, but super helpful. We are bullish on MAGS. SOXX. Struggling to get back inside the uptrend channel. Look at this. This uptrend channel goes way back. Goes way back to November 2023. Look at this. Every time price reached the lower border of this uptrend channel, bounced up, down, up, down, up, down. Now let's see, can SOXX get back inside this uptrend channel above the 227? We will see 231 and then back to 243, breaking below the yellow zone. In my opinion, this gap at the 204, 95% chance it will get filled if SOXX will fail to hold above the 219.90. Now let's talk about these two amazing ETFs we have been following in the past week or so. MSOS, pure US cannabis ETF, the 1050 area, very tough resistance, but still holding above the 10, bullish on all time frames, long continuation above the 1050, and we will see 1210 and 1460. MJ, as we can see, this yellow trend line, here we are. We have been talking about this yellow trend line in the past few days. We said break above the 426 and we will see the yellow trend line once again. How do we know it? We have been looking left. We have identified this yellow trend line and here we are. Now breaking above this yellow trend line, and then bulls really will get a backwind to the 5, 5, and 7 to the upside. Of course, everything you see and hear on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Look at Apple. Apple, falling wedge, downtrend until proven otherwise. Do not fight the trend. Yes, we have this 168 area. Look left. This 168 area. Very important area of support. Breaking down. Look where this falling wedge is taking price. All the way to the 146 gap. Let me know in the comments below. Apple, what's going on? Will Apple close this gap before April's earnings? Another 13% of the downside. And you know that 13 is a Fibonacci number. Yes, everything goes to Fibonacci. Everything in price action, everything in the stock market surrounds by Fibonacci. Learn Fibonacci and you will become a much better trader. Meta with almost 2% to the upside, breaking above the yellow zone. We still have here lower highs, but bullish sentiment on all time frames. Now let's see continuation back to the 515 and then 536 to the upside. Microsoft continues to do just nothing. Super tough price action on Microsoft, and as you can see, each day that goes by on Microsoft, bulls looks like are getting weaker and weaker. We have multiple dojis in the past few days, even few weeks or so. Multiple dojis. There is a struggle between bulls and bears, between buyers and sellers. For now, buyers are holding strong, breaking below the 419. We will see 413, and then this gap at the 405 will get filled. Amazon, bullish sentiment on all time frames. Look at Amazon, 1% to the upside. In my opinion, bears of Amazon had so many options to break Amazon to the upside, but they failed to do so, which means bulls of Amazon are super strong. And as you can see, we are inside an uptrend channel breaking above the 183, 183.20. We will see 186 and then 188, and this channel takes us all the way to 200. Let me know in the comments below. When do you think Amazon will reach new all-time highs and the 200? Now let's talk about Tesla. JP Morgan just downgraded Tesla to 115 and says another 30% incoming. Another 30% to the downside incoming at Tesla, which means Tesla, another 30%, takes us all the way to 117. What do you think? Are we going to see Tesla at the 115? Below 160, you know my opinion. We will close the gap at the 146. Look at this. The FTI gives you everything that you need. One click away, and it also gives you exactly the 146.60 gap over here. In my opinion, below the 160, 146 gap will get filled, and then we will start seeing some bounce to the upside. Nvidia, 0.55% to the downside. We have a bearish sentiment on the 4 hours, on the daily. Bulls of Nvidia are getting weaker and weaker each and every day that goes by. Double top scenario on Nvidia below the 875. We will see 850, and then this gap will get filled at the 822. Continue to the downside. We have also a gap at the 720. Remember, trade what you see. You don't care the name of the stock. You don't care the name of the company. All you need to care about is price action and what the market is telling you by the universal language of price action, candlestick analysis. Trade what you see. If you want to learn in-depth candlestick analysis together with Fibonacci and trend lines and truly become a professional trader, you don't need to be a full-time trader to become a professional trader. But if you do want to know it, to do things by yourself, with stop following others on YouTube or on any social media to tell you what to buy, how to buy, where to put your stop loss, what to do next, check the links in the description below. We have the one-on-one live mentorship program or the pre-recorded program. Both programs will gain you lifetime access from me for support, guidance, and all Discord channel. You heard me right. Lifetime access for support and guidance. We will go hand by hand until you will be able to do everything by yourself without asking anyone on social media how to trade. Check the links in the description below. Join me today. So, in the second half of 2024, we will be ready to make money. Netflix with 2.6% to the upside. Bullish sentiment on Netflix. Netflix bears had multiple chances to break Netflix to the downside, but we have a trend line. Trend line, look at this trend line. Every time Netflix reach this trend line, bounce. Now once again bounce to the upside. Now let's see continuation above the 634. We will see 650 and then 687 to the upside. Google 2% after hours to the upside with some news on AI. We have bullish sentiment on Google. Google with new all-time highs on Monday. Now let's see continuation above the 155. And you know this yellow trend line, right? Next, we will see this area between the 161 and 163 area together with this yellow trend line. AMD still holding. Bears of AMD also had multiple chances to break AMD to the downside. For now, they are failing. And if they will give up, breaking below the 170, 177, 172 area, below this area, if bears will give up, it means one thing: bulls will coming super strong. But for now, I'm waiting to see a weekly close above the 185 area. SMCI still in a downtrend. Look at this. Downtrend on SMCI. We are still under the scenario of a head and shoulders. But you know Fibonacci traders, you know me. I don't follow patterns because basically patterns are not reliable. Why they are not reliable? Because more than 95% of all traders fail. And why? Because they follow patterns. If patterns were really reliable, the 95% statistics were much, much lower. SMCI, downtrend channel. Now next support is the 928, below it 868, and then this gap at the 773 will get filled. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you found it helpful, educational. If so, like, subscribe, and don't forget to join me every day, 8:29 Eastern Time, preparing together for the next trading day. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day.